Hello friends, and welcome to Chatterfax Games. I am, once again, playing Strange Horticulture. So please take a moment to relax, and I hope you have a chance to unwind and de-stress while you watch this video. One thing I forgot to do at the end of my last video was to actually close the shop. So we're going into day 13, finishing up day 12. And more, Raven, Spider. Equipped with the Arda's knowledge, she journeyed west to the stone circle. Unknown to her, she was not alone as she made her preparations. It's day 13, it's Wednesday. When we finish Thursday, we'll have finished our second week as the owner of Strange Horticulture. And more, Raven and Spider. Is there a Raven and Spider on here? There's a Raven. There's a Spider. Do I have to go twice? I bet I have to go twice. Nothing to see there. Let's get the map out. So we're looking for a Raven, then a Spider from Endmore. Endmore. And more. And more is right there. And more. To the Raven, which is this patch right there. And then to the Spider, which is just below these tracks from Undermere, so not far from where I'm at. So I am going to leave Hellebore in the shop, and we're going to explore right here. A jackdaw croaks, hidden somewhere nearby. Strange shapes of old stones pierce the long grass. Among them, some plants grow. Let's make sure I'm looking at some empty shelf space, or space that isn't my organized plants. New plants acquired. Perfect. My wandering boo did not move during the night, so that's perfect. Alright, I am going to help a customer. Grace Enright. Have you heard of this masked woman? Imagine having that amount of power. Nations would kneel before you. You would be a god. That creature, it's huge, unstoppable, and they say it obeys her every command. It would certainly come in helpful with my father-in-law tomorrow. I guess I'll just have to settle for some Daisy Dock to help get me through it instead. Wow, not a fan of your father-in-law if you're intending to sick a giant monster on it. And I have heard of the woman. I've helped her out a couple of times, I think. Daisy Dock. A simple potion that will grant courage can be brewed from the leaves. It is said that ancient warriors would take it before going into battle. This looks like the leaves in question. Maybe these? Huh. Oh, it's, is it 5 pointed leaves, not 3? Bluish purple flowers, 5 pointed leaves. Let's take a look at this one. Yeah, these are 3 pointed leaves. Daisy dock. Didn't I see something that needed 5 pointed leaves? Dead man's fingers. This fungus, typically found in dense forests protruding through the mulch. At a glance, it can appear as though a corpse is reaching up from the undergrowth, said to strengthen resolve and sharpen the mind. That will be this, Digitatus mortis, or dead man's fingers. Alright. Daisy dock. Daisy dock should go. Versol, Elderfinium. Yep, right there. Clavilium, Daisy dock, Elderfinium. And I want to check my potion recipes. This is all Latin. A 5-pointed leaf to grant courage, a red flower to protect the mind, and a seed pod for luck. So I need to remember the Daisy dock, and then we'll see about the rest when we get there. Time to talk to another customer, David Schaefer. This letter was delivered in an unusual way. There's no address provided, just the horticulturist spelled wrong. I have to assume it was meant for you. The horticulturist. If you know your plants, this letter is for you. Ho ho, so you got it working. Oh yes, it works. Look to the north of Bowfell, at the source of the river Esk. Nobody knows it grows there. It will be our little secret. Ho ho. North of Bowfell, at the source of the river Esk. Well, let me go exploring. Here's Esk. Here's Bowfell. There it is. Sure enough, I find a plant here that I have never seen before. New plant acquired. Can I archive that letter? That was useful. That was useful mail. Thora Dunn. My husband likes to forage for mushrooms, but I'm worried about the ones he's brought back from his latest venture. He's just been on a trip across the lake, exploring the woods to the west of here. He's got a bag full of odd-looking mushrooms that he says are perfectly safe, but they don't look edible to me. I have brought one with me to help identify it, but he's hoarding them because he thinks I'm going to throw them out. I'll come back tomorrow. Mr. Dunn, mushroom, woods west of Undermere, across the lake. So right there. Mushrooms. How have I never been here before? They're hard to find at first, but soon I'm seeing them everywhere. Alright. We'll find out more about mushrooms with this letter. What's this one? I wonder if I should stop in at the Great Oak. Simone. Lord Fremont told me he was able to help you find some information on the servant. I've been looking all over the library, but all I've discovered is a mold problem. I hope you might have some sweet breath that could help clear it up. Looking for palliance. Have I identified palliance? I have not. Most plants can offer a small improvement to air quality, but the palliance is in a class of its own. It is sometimes called sweet breath, thanks to the freshness of the air in its vicinity. The many short leaves of this plant are thought to help filter toxins from the surrounding air. Many short leaves. Many short leaves. I'm gonna give this one a try. Somewhat pungent. It's probably not what I'm looking for. Has a pleasant, fresh aroma. That seems more like it. Small leaves, delicate flowers. This is probably it. Palliance. Sour bandy. The sour bandy can help with memory recovery, especially if the memory has been deliberately sabotaged. The name of this plant derives from the fact that, although edible, the large stamen is extremely bitter to the taste. Let me label this one. Palliance. So it will be right before the fennel. Nope, not that one. Let's try this one. Fennel. Wild coal can go up there. All right. I really hope you're enjoying this series. Hellebore is definitely getting a lot of pets from me. Lorena Chapman. My cousin will be married in 3 days. If you've got some Trimblehuff, then it'd save me the trouble of going out to find some myself. If you knew my cousin, you'd know she's not worth the trouble. These people throwing shade at their families. Trimblehuff. I know I haven't identified that yet. Trimblehuff. The trimblehuff is traditionally used as a decoration at weddings as it is thought to strengthen relationships. A cross-section of the small cup-like flowers, they generally point downwards to avoid filling with water and to allow easy access for pollinating insects. Maybe the flowers seem to be the wrong shape. Also seem to be the wrong shape. Trimblehuff. Am I missing something obvious here? Bell-like flowers and heart-shaped leaves. Cup-like flowers is what I'm looking for. The bulb is quite firm. I mean, what about this one? The flowers are blue. Are they pointing down, though? Not that one. I'm going to give this one a try. I was a little worried about that. Trimblehuff. So I've got a new page for glowhorn. The glowhorn, or forest lantern, or pixie lamp, is phosphorescent, illuminating the trees that it grows under. Suspicious travelers avoid walking towards it, fearing that the faint lights will lure them to their demise. But in the meantime, this is Trimblehuff. Trimblehuff. R-S. Right there. Go back in line. And stick around here since we've more or less identified you. Alright. Here's a phosphorescent mushroom, so that's probably the one we just picked up a page for. Well, that day seems to have gone pretty quickly. Time to close up the shop for the day. I hope there's nothing going on in your life that's giving you too much stress. The shepherd watched as she prepared the leaves and roots that she would require. He watched as the hours dragged by, the sun set, and she worked by candlelight, at times sitting still, at times moving like a dancer among the stones. The change happened suddenly but subtly. so that at first the watcher was not sure that anything had happened. Then he saw it. Day 14, Thursday. Final day of the second week. It's another rainy day. 8 miles to the east. Gosforth, same symbol. Is this a symbol for Gosforth? Is that what this coin is for? And so if this tree with this symbol is a symbol for Gosforth, we're going 8 miles to the east of Gosforth. Gosforth is here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Got it. Gazing at the still water of the lake, its black waters draw me into a reflective trance. Here and there, flowers that I don't recognize grow along the bank. Collect those. New plants acquired, always a big deal. I'm a little surprised Hellebore isn't freaked out by the thunder. Knowing cats. Is that the only reason I needed this coin? Was to identify that symbol? Interesting. Thoradun, again. Well, he went and ate those bloody mushrooms. And of course now he's sick. Is there anything we can do? He's in a bad way, and I'm worried about him. Yes. So, this was the mushroom. I should have labeled it. That's on me. That's on me. I should have seen that coming and labeled it, but I'm fairly certain this was the mushroom. So, I need to know which one he ate. So, it's not going to be one of the ones I already identified. So, it's not the Bishop's Parasol or the Copper Caledonian. It could be the Farmer's Worry. I don't think it's the Sunset Mount Cap. It's not. Spring Wax Cap. So it's either a Spring Wax Cap or it's a Farmer's Worry. Spring Wax Cap, an edible mushroom with some mild medicinal properties. When dried and eaten, it can relieve pain. Probably not that one. What about Farmer's Worry? A spongy mushroom with potent abilities. Only safe to consume in small quantities. Grant strength for short periods at the expense of severe fatigue once the effect has worn off. Spongy mushroom. Red caps have a spongy texture. Seems like that's the right one. So it's probably Farmer's Worry. But let's see what else. What was the other one I'm looking for? Spring Wax Cap? Or remind me what the spring wax cap looks like. We're gonna say it's Farmer's Worry. An antidote can be made using Royal Gentia. Royal Gentia. Liverstone. Caution is advised when handling this plant due to the strong paralyzing agents contained within. The liverstone is a mushroom with pointed caps. I need to label this as Farmer's Worry. I don't think it gave me the check mark yet, even though I know for a fact now. We'll do the yellow anyways. Yep. Farmer's Worry. Eyebright, Fever Kiss. It'll be before Fever Kiss. Or Scampery. Hop Heart can go up there. Palliance. Trimblehuff. It's okay, Hellebore. It's just a storm. It's very natural. Let me know if you're watching this, if you're the type of person who enjoys storms, or if they make you nervous. Alright. Did it check off Farmer's Worry for me when I identified that? Probably not. Probably not, because no, I identified the antidote flower, but not the actual mushroom, according to the game. Oh, I just realized it's a mushroom. So I'm following my organizational system. I need to change it to red. And move it over with the rest of my mushrooms. That was my bad. Not that it's really all that important. I guess I could use separate colored labels for mushrooms and flowers, but sort them alphabetically, but the labels would stick out. Interesting. Forest Varigan. Ooh, he had a run-in. I have been to Blackcomb. I have fought the servant and lived, but still my adversary stands. It must be defeated. For my part, I am ashamed to say that I am done. St. Quentin's Elixir. And my soul could use the tonic of St. Quentin's Elixir if I am ever to recover from the horror that I have seen. This elixir will enable any drinker of it to overcome their sense of fear, though it should be considered beforehand that fear is not always a bad thing. Right, so we have the 5-pointed leaf that grants courage. Wasn't the Palliance, it was... Which one was it? I knew I would want that. So, a red flower to protect the mind. I think that's probably going to be St. John's, but where did I put that? I knew this was going to be a thing. Daisy Dock, right? Bluish purple flowers. let me go over to my lab. Daisy Dock. 5 pointed leaf to grant courage. Just let me confirm that. We did in fact use it to grant courage. Daisy Dock. A simple potion that will grant courage can be brewed from the leaves. Alright, then we need a red flower to protect the mind. I believe that is St. John's poppy. But once again, I can go to my book. No, it's not. No, that gives hearing ability, so it is not St. John's poppy. Red flower. That was the brightest red flower. Gentia, maybe? Royal Gentia? Royal Gentia? Nope. Not Eyebright. Red flower, red flower. Is it one I haven't identified yet? What about the Weeping Bell? And the seed pod. I know I've identified a seed pod, but I just need to go through the book. We're starting at the beginning. So I think I identified Aguria instead of the red flower, because I wanted to enhance her visions rather than protect her mind. Mushroom, hypothermia, skin rashes. I believe it's time to switch my controller. Or at least plug it in. Alright. Peace in the afterlife. Candlewood. Long, thin stems grow among tall leaves. Candlewood. Bright red flowers grow at the ends of thin stems. So the first thing I want to do is label this. I'm fairly certain that's Candlewood. Well, what about this one? Small leaves, delicate flowers. This one specifically mentions the... Oh, tall leaves, yep, this is it. So... Candle... Oh. Is it all one word? I think it's all one word. It is all one word. Candlewood. So, Candlewood... Well, I will put it in the... Cabelia. Cauldry, Cabelia. Dranthium is out of order. Clavilium. Dranthium. Common Trouse. Clavilium. These are all out of order. I don't know what's going on here. Cabelia, Candlewood. Yep. So it'll hop back here as soon as I'm done brewing the potion. Candlewood. Alright. So I believe I have the first two ingredients, a seed pod for luck. And I do know I've seen a plant with a seed pod, but I'm looking for something that brings luck. I'm just looking for anything mentioning a seed pod or luck. Probably not a mushroom. That's the Dendros miasma plant. And Chuck can have startling effects on memory. Hop Heart. Jacob's Worth. Kidney-shaped seeds held within spiny pods. So Lark Shine is my first choice. But it doesn't mention luck at all. Lark Shine, though? Aquarius. It could be it, so Lark Shine is my best one. Sheep Snap is thought to bring good fortune when prepared correctly. The green seed pods of the sheep snap have a hard outer shell and sound hollow when tapped. To the south, they call this plant the bulbs of Bayonne. It is sheep snap. Green pods. This is probably it here. Though the baubles look soft, they are in fact quite hard. Okay, I'm going to label that one up. As sheep snap. Sheep snap can come over here. But first I need to use it to make the potion. This potion will be St. Quentin's Elixir. Put it up here. Yep. Alright, I can archive that. And now, sorry you had to wait for so long, Forrest, but I did need to make sure I got the right elixir for you. Prittle, coveted by the rich, pretty Prittle is crushed to make dyes. This is a very rare plant that is hard to come by and requires great care to cultivate. One thing that would add an interesting element to this game is if you also had to keep your plants alive by watering them the right amount or putting them in different sunlight conditions. That would add a whole extra element to this game that I think would be very interesting. Well, Hellebore, I think we're making progress. David Schaefer again. There is a hateful man I sometimes see around town. He's called Isidore Burbage. Yesterday I saw him bending down as though to pet a stray dog, but instead he punched it as hard as he could. Yes, I've met him. He's very rude. I rushed over, and the coward fled. Someday he'll get his comeuppance. I have very much met him, did not like him. He did strike me as the type to punch a dog. He definitely does not like Hellebore. Sadgill Chalice. Just gonna scan this again just to make sure there's nothing here. Alright. Sadgill. There's Sadgill. Right here. And we're going to the chalice. The chalice with the palace holds the brew that is true. So on River Sprint, I believe that is? Yes, River Sprint. So right on the square that says River Sprint, the chalice clue takes me directly south of Sadgill to a spot next to the river. Moss-covered rocks line the banks, velvet to the touch. In the moist conditions, a deadly-looking plant grows abundantly in the lush grass. Deadly? Oh, yeah, it does look deadly. Well, I hope that it's not too deadly. I am very curious who keeps sending me these clues that use my thingamabob to find plants, but we'll find out soon enough. It's a very stormy day. Reuben Ward. Verona tells me you are working on gathering plants for a ritual that will help us defeat this creature. I want to help in any way I can. From what Verona told me, I think this might be one of the plants needed to perform the ritual, but I'm afraid I do not know where it can be found. Swift Snare. The binder, ankle grabber, and never let go are several of the names given to this plant that may give some clue to its properties. Once ensnared, it is impossible to extricate oneself without help. Swift snare has small, heart-shaped leaves. Potentially swift snare. Gonna put it there as a potential candidate for what I need. Actually, is there something I can do with it? Nope. So that is not swift snare. Gotta be careful because of my dread. You would think that petting the cat would cause less dread. Samuel Thomas. I'm visiting my grandmother up in Tibet, and I thought I'd take her favorite plant to cheer her up. It's blue with large flowers, and it smells lovely and fresh. My Nana calls it sweet breath. I believe that's going to be the same plant Simone used. Was it Palliance? It may be Palliance. We'll find out. Yes, it is Palliance. That should take care of that. Enos Aylford. I can't help noticing that Dreyer Huntsman is still alive. You don't seem to understand the importance of our work here. If you are not with us, then you are against us. When the redemption comes, and it will come, you will regret your actions. Praise the Dendru. Okay. So I've broken with the cult. I'm okay with that. Let's end the day. Behind the woman, a dark skeletal figure began to rise, and a low primal snarl sounded across the clearing. The shepherd turned and ran, cold fear coursing through his veins. He did not run for long. All right. Well, I've made it through 2 weeks of Strange Horticulture. I hope you're enjoying this series if you got this far. Thank you so much for watching. If you enjoy my content, please leave a like, comment, and subscribe. And I will see you next time. Have a great day.